Hey y'all, thanks for joining me today. It's Delisha, Kentucky Sass, and the hand is not with me today, so I'm flying solo. You may hope solo you can't hear me by the time it's over, but right now I am solo. So today is, I think, November 13th, and I'm happy you're joining me. I'm happy to be alive, to be an American citizen, to wake up with a roof over my head and a song in my heart. Not that you want to hear me sing, but I do make up songs for my girls, my babies. Maybe someday I'll share those with you. But it is after Veterans Day and the week before Thanksgiving. So I want to share with you, and I'll post some pictures afterwards, but I want to share with you a little bit of the things that I'm thankful for. And I also want to say, right up top, I am thankful for the veterans. Come from wherever, whoever has fought to keep our country free, who has ever answered the call. In my mind, they all deserve our respect. I've never had to lose anyone to a war. I can't imagine how horrible that would be, but thankfully, I've not had to do that. I have two brothers. They both served in the Coast Guard, and my father served in the Air Force. And I see people all the time, and I go up to them and thank them. If they're wearing a veteran hat, I thank them because I am thankful. I'm so thankful. When you have got, people trying to get into our country, that tells you how great we are. People want to live here. And I'm so thankful that God placed me here. I am thankful that I'm from Kentucky and that I've been able to have the life that I have. I am also, so thankful that I'm from Kentucky and that my mama and papa were in my life and that I grew up in a little bit more of an innocent time. And at the end, you will see some pictures. There's a picture of me and my mama. I mean, she sat with me every morning and every evening. That's how we started our day. We would sit and talk. I think the picture I put in is a picture of me and her on the front step. But we would go, we had a swing, we had a step, just wherever, and we would spend that time together. And she made me feel important, like what I had to say matters. I'm very thankful for that. And I put a picture in of, I don't know if y'all may not remember this, but there was a time when somebody, I don't know who this guy was, but he would bring a pony to your house and you could sit on the pony and get your picture made. So there is a picture of me on the pony and then a picture of my little brother Victor Ray on the pony. And Victor Ray and I were very close growing up. I just love him so much. And he has since passed and I greatly miss him. But you probably didn't come to hear what I was thankful for. I'm also thankful now to have friends, and I've got great friends. I know they say that, you get friends for different seasons of your life, and I've had some friends that I've had my whole life, and I am, oh my gosh, so thankful for them, and I just love all my friends that I have right now. I've made new friends in the stitching that I'm doing now, and I love them. I've had a great time with them, and I'm very thankful that I have that relationship and can grow that. And I am looking right now at one of those poppy things that go on the back of your camera, and it says Team Fiona. I'm telling you what, when you can look at that little face, you're going to be happy. So if you have anything in your life today that makes you not happy or not thankful, go look at Team Fiona's picture. That little hippo is just like the cutest darn thing going. And now I'm actually going to get into a couple of things that I have purchased and what I'm working on. First of all, I want to show you a finish, and this is a finish done by Jan, of course. I'm so lucky to have Jan in my life. She is a wonderful finisher, and this is just a little Lizzie Kate, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little Lizzie Kate, and it just says Jolly, a little elf, and just too darn cute. And Jan finished that for me. And that's the only finish that I have. But what I want to get into are a a couple of my stitch alongs that I'm excited to be working on and doing. And the first one is huge. This is the biggest project I have ever worked on. And this is the Fox Run Hollow stitch along. I don't even know really who's doing this. I want to say Tranquil Stitcher, and oh, Amy Loves Toads, and she is so sweet. I just watched her on the floss tube. I don't know her, but she seems very wonderful to me. And this, I can't get out of here, but I am using a 2-gallon, thank you Hefty for 2-gallon Ziplocs. So I'm using a 2-gallon Ziploc to hold this in. And this is going to be done on Winter Brew. It's a 32 count. And I am doing Halloween at Fox Run Hollow. And I don't know if you can see this because the hand isn't here, so I can't tell what you can see and not see. But hopefully you'll be able to see that. Now, and I'm using all the it's all DMC, so I'm using DMC threads. But what I want to go over with you, I didn't know this, but there was a ton. This is what I have done. Not a whole lot, but there was a ton, and I can't stand this. There was a ton of extra fabric, and I couldn't find a grime guard to fit this Q-snap. So Pam told me, my friend Pam Shaker, she told of Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching. She told me to go get these, and they're hair clips, and I was really worried that it would affect the material, but it really hasn't. So in case, you know, that kind of stuff drives you mentally insane, give that a try. The hair clips work wonderful, make it a whole lot easier to deal with. Another thing I wanted to go over with you, this is 92 by 92. I counted 92 about 1,992 times across here. So I thought, okay, is this something I need to graph? What do I need to do to make this easier? So what Pam, when I went to the shop a couple weeks ago, what Pam told me to do, I did one X, then I did 9 half X's. So 1 and then 9 just over. Then I do another one and then 9 over. So every 10th one, I did a full X. When I did that, I was able to count 92 pretty daggone easy. Then I just went back and finished it and started down again. So I don't know if that's helpful to anyone, if you have any issues like that, but it made life a whole lot easier for me. And I have to tell you, this one, this is the first time I can say honestly, I really enjoy stitching on this. It has been a lot of fun. So I'll be working on that probably 999 years. But anyway, it is started. I really, really love it. And I hope that, you know, if you're interested in doing a stitch along, you can get started on it too. Now, the other thing that I just found out about last night, and this is on Snug Harbor, Deb and Kef. They're a mother-daughter duo. And if you're not watching them, you should be, because they really are loony. But so hilarious. I just love them. They are so enthusiastic. I mean, like watching them, you have to be enthusiastic too. So check out Snug Harbor. But what they're going to do is they are starting a stitch along, and it's Lizzie Kate, and I know that Crazy Annie has them all kitted up. So if you want to check out Crazy Annie, you can find out about that stitch along. And they did say, I think, any Christmas Lizzie Kate you can do. And I found one that is, I ordered it on Etsy last night, and it was Into All a Good Night. And it shows Santa in a sleep shirt. So I'm really excited to get that. I checked this morning, and actually it's already been sent from wherever I ordered it from on Etsy. So I'm excited to get that and give it a shot. But I know that Crazy Annie does have those kitted up and available. So if you want to do that stitch along, please check them out and check out Snug Harbor, because those two girls are fun and crazy and just exciting to watch. Now I just want to show you a couple of things that I've purchased. If you remember when I went to Whistle Stop, I slept in the Lincoln bedroom, and in there I had someone take a picture. There was a picture of some little mice, and they were actually like on a spool of thread and they were from Plum Pudding. Well, I was actually Brenda Gervais did the chart, so I apologize. But I ordered this Plum Pudding, and this is Brenda Gervais. I'm not sure what the other one was called, but this one is called Plum Pudding. So I'm excited to get this started. So I love that, love that. The other piece that I got was designed by Sandra Sullivan. And I don't know, I just love the little bags. But this is Treats for Thee. And it was, it's called May Our Handworks Fulfill Our Desires. And this one is called Treats for Thee. And it's by Sandra Sullivan. I just love this one. So these are two I'll be working on this year. And I got this, my friend Karen at Keepsakes. This is a 31 bag, and I just loved it. She had one. I was just in love with it. And it's just perfect to carry everything in. So, you know, it's kind of stiff. It makes carrying it so much easier. So I did get one of these bags so I can stick all my junk in. And Lord knows I got a lot of junk. Got a lot of junk in the trunk. It's not really in the trunk because it just goes in my back seat when I'm driving. But anyway, here is this bag, and it's on 31. Not sure the name of it, but it's really cool. So I got that, and I always think, oh, you're going to be organized next year. You're going to be organized next year. And I have bought planners, day timers. I had Erin Condren, and I've spent a gazillion dollars on day timers and never used them because they were too big to carry. So I found this over at Joann's and at Michael's, and it's called Girl Gang. But this is perfect size. This will go right in my purse. I can always have it with me without any issues. And you know, you can get stickers to go in it. You can set it up kind of how you want. It will show a month at a glance, and it will also show day to day, which is really what I need because I plan for things and then just, you know, I've got 9 million things on the same day. So that has been an issue for me in the past. Could go back with the fact that I can't say no very often, although my husband says I say no to him a lot. So there's one person in the universe that I can say no to, and I don't put anything about him down in my day timer. So get you a day timer. This one is cool, and I know there's a lot of them out there, but just because of size, I'm in love with this one. The other thing I want to show you, if you notice, this is my aught light, and I put this on here to protect the magnifier. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like this magnifier has some scratches on it. So what I did, I went to the Walmart and I just bought one of these big honking socks. And I'm telling you what, how cute is that? Then this is protected. So very, very cute. And I just love him. I need to name him. I'm hoping he's an otter, but I'm not sure. So what do y'all think? Is he an otter? Maybe I'll just name him Ott since he's an otter and he's on an aught light. Ottie? I don't know. I think I'm going with Ottie because I really like that. So anyway, that is everything that I have, that I've purchased. I just want to say, you know, I don't know how personal people want to get on these, how much you want to know. I'm going to tell you one little story and then I'm going to be done. And this is, I have a lot of things that I'm thankful for, but when my son was 12 to 13, I really want to say 12, but he had an AVM, arterial venous malformation. And we had been to church on a Wednesday night. We'd been out to supper. Everything was wonderful. In the middle of the night, he came to me and said, Mom, I've got a really bad headache. I get up, I gave him, I don't know, some Tylenol or something, put him back to bed. A little bit later, he came back and he said, no, that's not helping. It's really, really bad. So I called our pediatrician at the time, and it was in 2000, I don't remember when it was, I don't remember the year right now, but anyway, there had been a lot of, it was in 1997, and there have been a lot of meningitis outbreaks close to where I live in their high school. So the pediatrician said, you know, it's just that, just go back to bed. He's going to be really sick, like the flu. Bring him in the morning. Well, we couldn't go back to bed. He was throwing up. He couldn't sit up. I was holding him at the toilet. And my son, you know, my husband's 6'2". My son's right there too. At that point, you know, he was still pretty tall, pretty good sized. But in the morning, my husband had to carry him. He could not walk, had no functioning. He was not capable. Took him to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician brought us in the back door because with meningitis, it's very contagious. So we went in the back door. He said, I still think it's meningitis, but he sent us to Children's Hospital. And again, we're very blessed here in Cincinnati. We do have a wonderful, wonderful Children's Hospital. So we went downtown to Children's Hospital, and there they did a spinal tap, and they found blood in the spinal fluid. Excuse me. And with that, they knew that it was the bleed of the brain. So the AVM is a brain bleed. It's like you've got a baseball of spaghetti noodles, and one of them is weak and leaking blood. So they put him immediately into a coma, a medically induced coma. And, you know, they were fearing for the worst, and of course they prepare you for the worst. And it's horrible. There's no good paint you can put on it. It was a very, very horrible time. But during the horror, we had friends. I had friends from my work that bought me clothes to wear in the hospital. They brought me sweatpants and stuff to wear in the hospital, because you're just like, being that my son is deaf, we never left him. Either myself or my husband were with him the whole time. The doctors were wonderful. The nurses are unreal. I don't even know how they do their job. They are wonderful. You get a network of people around you that you gain strength from. A lot of people from our church came. At that time, you could just come right into ICU. And at one point, they asked us, please, you know, don't have this many people here. And our immediate family, like my husband is from upstate New York, his mother drove in. His sister from Michigan came in. His sister, who was in Memphis at that time, came in. My mom was actually already here. My aunt and my cousins were here. My stepfather and my brother came up. My cousin, Stuart Rankin Vanover, I mean, he stayed with me pretty much the whole time, him and my Auntie Doris and my mom. And then the people from our church, I mean, we had food brought in. Our neighbors were mowing our yard. So when you're in dire straits, you know, the love that people show is amazing. And I am so thankful for the love that was shown to us during that time. Now, James, his teacher at his school, came down. They brought him out of the coma, told him, you know, and we explained to him, you're going to have some surgery, and this is what it's going to be. And the teachers came from the school, went into the operating room, showed him. So that lessened a little bit. I mean, he was afraid. And he asked me, Mom, am I going to die? And, you know, that's a question you don't want to answer because you don't know the answer. But praise God, we came out the other end. He's deaf, and now the peripheral vision is off to the left of either eye. But other than that, he's perfectly fine. Like his short-term memory is a little bit bad too. But you know, I mean, really, he works. He doesn't drive because of the vision and the deafness. Both of those, I mean, that would freak me out. But it was a hard time, but we were brought through by God and by our friends. And that was probably my most horrible time. And I am so thankful for the love that was shown to me during that time. And I hope this Thanksgiving that you'll look around you. Maybe you didn't have anything like that, But if you look, there's something to be thankful for. And I hope you find your thankfulness this year. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.